Good evening, Hobby World. Thanks for joining us tonight, live for episode 67 of Personal Rips and Hobby Chat. Joining me tonight, as always, is Ken from At Bean's Beat Card Blog, and I'm Herman, aka 3B Collections. We're here every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern to talk about our hobby and yours. Feel free to join into the conversation and chat.
We've been on back-to-back weeks now, and you've been on 4 weeks in a row. I feel like it's a new show record.
It's a trend. So we got Jenny with us. We got Diego. Cardman Dan. What's going on, guys and gals?
I should get over there and actually turn the comments on. I was looking in the private chat, and there was nothing.
No, I ain't putting that in the private chats yet.
No.
So we got a few things to talk about tonight. We actually planned a few things today. So,
and I just came up with something impromptu with that little open. I had tweeted about it, and I think I shared it on Instagram too. So I've had that logo. I've had this logo that I've been using for 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
You seen Beckett's new logo and color scheme?
I saw you share something about that. A week or two ago?
Yeah, I think it was about a month ago. But yeah. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, as someone wise said.
Right.
But yeah, does it? I'm just waiting for all of the new people in the why are you trying to look like you're like Beckett? Hey, fucker. I was using this for 5 years before they were. Why don't you go back and crawl under your hole? Why don't you go?
Let's get that timeline going.
Why don't you go buy some NFTs or something?
Yep. Imitation is the best form of flattery, and I've been told that bad publicity is better than no publicity.
I'm not saying they stole from me. I'm just saying I know some people at Beckett, though, that could have been like, I wonder if that looks like somebody else's logo that we know that they've used for half a freaking decade. All right, anyway. That was unscripted.
Man, you should have told me that beforehand. We could have put a side-by-side comparison up.
All good. All you got to do, people, go check out I think it's Beckett Media now is the Twitter handle. They changed it.
It's what? It's basically the same color scheme, right?
Same color scheme and a big old B, just like mine.
It could have been a coincidence.
Probably.
You might be giving yourself more credit than you deserve.
No, but I know some people over there that would have known what it looked like and might have said, "Hey, you know what?
I like that."
Hey,
wait till they trademark it, then they tell you to cease and desist.
I'll tell them to kiss my fat white ass.
Yeah, I need it. Y'all see his new profile pic and what he did? No, I didn't see that. Pache. All I know is Joker left Atlanta and went to Oakland, and he's been lighting it up.
No, he didn't leave. He got traded.
Well, not I'd say leave. That was poor choice of words.
He's the one that didn't want to leave, right? Or was that another one?
Yeah, no, he
was pretty upset when he got traded.
He was the one that didn't want to leave. And I really think that what's up, Zach? I really think that Atlanta gave up on him too early because I know we don't play Oakland a ton, if at all, but that might be one they regret.
Could be.
So,
but yeah, no, I know nothing. I'm pretty much. I don't know if any of the people that do social media knows, but man, I've really stayed off of social media outside of. I listen to videos while I work throughout the day, so I do share videos. But yeah, I just really been off social media a lot the last probably 6 to 8 weeks, and man, it's kind of nice.
Yep.
It's kind of nice.
Well, I told you my Twitter notifications don't. I get the notification, but I don't get the alert. So a lot of times I don't. Yeah. I open my phone and don't really look at all the notifications, and then I don't hear about stuff unless I just go deep back into Twitter. So.
Yeah, I was at the card show the other day, and and all of a sudden you could hear all of a sudden, Luke is playing tonight. I'm like, oh, so he's back for game 2. No, that was game 4.
Oh,
I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, you would think living in this area that I would know that, but yeah, I had absolutely no idea that it was even game. I thought it was
well,
game.
I did see a tweet where somebody said that they were better without Luka.
And that's not the only person. That's not just one or two random people doing that. Zach, I work with nonprofit fundraising. That is what I do.
So, Mickey?
I was a data analyst for the most part for the better part of 15 years before that, since you asked.
But you're enjoying your new job, right?
Oh, love it. So happy to be out of corporate retail. I mean, I can't even come up with words to tell you how happy I am to be out of corporate retail.
That sounds like me when I left working for the Department of Corrections and went into the HVAC job that I have now. It was like they were so much stress that just went off my shoulders. It's unreal.
Mm-hmm. And I'm fortunate enough to work for a private company that understands. They understand that while their role is important, what they're not saving baby whales. Well, actually, sometimes we are, but yeah, because it's for nonprofit fundraising. But at the end of the day, they understand. They are very employee focused, and because of that, the employees definitely give back to them, and I'm so happy to be a part of that. But yeah, it was a career change I made. Took a new job in December, and life has only gotten better since then. So
well, that's what it's about. I mean, I always say if you do what you love, it's not really work. So
yeah, I'm enjoying it thus far, and have no motivation to go full time selling sports cards. I couldn't do it.
All right. All right, so I guess we'll get into it. Since last weekend was the Dallas Card Show, if you want to go ahead and pick up, we'll start there and kind of tail into what's next week.
Right. We'll talk about the past first, and then we'll talk about the future. So yeah, was a Dallas Card Show, but not the big Dallas Card Show that everyone thinks and hears about. This one was actually in Arlington. It's like 10 minutes from me, and it was just a Saturday-Sunday show. But it was nice to have a show close, because usually in my area I've had to drive. That Dallas Card Show up in Allen is like about an hour drive each way. So then think about the fact that the very first one I actually set up. So I was back and forth 3 times. So I spent 6 hours that weekend just driving that show. But yeah, so this was a smaller show. For anybody that might consider coming to it in the future, the show admission was $5, and it's at the Arlington Convention Center, Expo, Esports, something. I don't know what the hell the name is, but it was $10 to park. So if anybody decides to come to that, that was that. It was definitely busy early. When I got there, the line, once I even got there, the line to get into the room, I was in line for like 10 minutes waiting. I don't understand. It's $5 admission. I don't understand why people are paying that admission by card. You're coming to a card show. Do people not bring cash to card shows? I mean, you think somebody's gonna take PayPal for your $10 purchase?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Bring $5. I mean,
yeah, bring more than that, but definitely bring $5. Yeah, it literally was slowed down because we had Yahoos paying by freaking credit card for their $5 admission.
Well, though, and the way things are now, though, a lot of people, they don't carry cash at all.
That's fine. That's fine when you're at the convenience store. You're going to a damn card show.
True.
Like I said, I mean, there's going to be sellers that are not going to want to deal with you PayPaling them for your $5 freaking purchase.
You're right.
Anyway.
Now that is true. I mean, if I was going to a card show, I'd make sure I'd had cash. So.
Oh, I had cash.
Yeah, and I'm okay.
I sold my my Formula One Chrome Sapphire box. Cash money, and quite a bit of it. So yeah, I had cash. Not a ton of Pelican cases, so that was cool. Definitely saw some, it definitely had the vibe of one of the bigger shows as opposed to the, 25, 40 table hotel show. It was busy early, but it did consistently slow down through the day. I got in about 10:45, and I was shocked at how often it was, because this was the first one in that location. So it's different, and a lot of card collectors don't like change, myself included. However, this change actually worked out for me.
So what did they change? I mean,
just location.
But it was still like a hotel show, right?
It was at a convention center.
Convention center, okay.
It was at the Arlington Convention Center instead of being at the Allen Convention Center, which is where the big Dallas cards that everyone knows about. So basically, what they're going to do is they're going to rotate on the months. They've got the 3-day show in Allen every other month, and then on the off months, apparently for the foreseeable future, it's going to be down here in Arlington, which is, I think, good, because there's a lot of people, like, you get over like a little bit west of Fort Worth, and while you say that this is the metro area, it's now 2 hours to get to Allen for a card show. Wow. So Arlington is a much more central. Irving is where they had some off-month ones. It's pretty central too. But with Arlington, it is right off of it's very close to both Interstates 20 and 30. So it is a nice central, centrally located. But of course, but on Facebook, on the post, I'm seeing people from up Allen, where they get that show every other month, like bitching and moaning and whining and complaining. It's a long drive to Arlington. Shut up, you jackwagon. Anyway, so for me, the biggest annoyance, there was not a lot of Pelican cases, but you know what was really annoying? The most annoying thing? People and their fucking strollers. I got hit by 2 different strollers. They're lucky I didn't kick the damn stroller and knock the kid out. This is a card show that has more than 1,000 people in there. I don't know what the answer is, but figure it out. It's not pushing a damn stroller around. And then and then that was another thing. They're standing with a stroller like right in front of blocking the table. So literally one person standing at a table, or 2 people, because they got their damn stroller beside them. And, sorry to the parents that get offended by that, but, it is what it is. And the other note I kind of had that I just wanted to Sean was, did run into Brad, Texas Card Dude, who does not seem to be in the chat tonight. And then
was he in a stroller?
He was in a stroller, actually. His I did kick, it just didn't fall over. But and then I don't know how many of y'all follow James of Elite Hunters. He came up and said, "Hey," I hadn't even seen him. It was actually when I was working on selling that F1 box.
What's up, Bo, by the way? And Dan, welcome in.
I did shake hands. I shook hands with Brad, and I did shake hands with James from, like I said, Elite Hunters. He collects a lot of, he does projects where he's collecting like MVPs and Triple Crown winners and stuff like that. So if you haven't checked out his channel, like I said, I definitely encourage you to go check that out.
I don't want to like throw you off path where you're headed, but going back to what you had said about people using PayPal, Bo said that in his 20 shows he's had like 25 to 30 transactions per show, and only has like 3 or 4 that's non-cash. So I mean, that's
I believe
most people are
carrying
carrying cash for shows, but
I believe that. I mean, that's what I usually see. Now, okay, when we're talking thousands of dollars, I completely understand that. But I'm talking a guy that is going into a card show and has to pay $5 on a debit card instead of just having some cash.
Now that's that like you said, that'd be something. I know the entry fee is $5. I'm going to go ahead and have I'm at least going to have that on me to get in.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I assume what Bo said. I mean, that's what I would say. Like I said, most everything I see transactions is cash, but like I said, when people are dealing in $1,000 cards, I don't expect people to have big old wads of 20s,
Right.
But again, I don't think that many people are actually percentage-wise at these shows are dealing in the $1,000 purchases. We're dealing in the $20, $50 purchases in general. So, but yeah, that's kind of the notes I had. So speaking of the $20 purchases, however, we've lost Herman. So if you wanted to, I sent you over some pictures of some of the things. So I just figured I didn't do a video today. I'm sure everyone is very disappointed, but figured I'd just quickly talk about some of the things I picked up.
This will be what I have to teach Bo this weekend. So here we go.
Fair enough, it helps. So this was my first transaction. This was they had them. They were $250 a piece, or you could get 10 for 20. So what those are some 1987 Topps WWE cards. I had some of those as a kid, so I picked up a few here and there, and passively working on that set. These were in super condition. They're blue borders, so they chip very easily, but these were all in pretty good shape. I think there were like 3 Hogan cards, not the the V card of Hogan from the set, but some of the secondary ones. Yep, there's a demolition there. I'm not sure if it's Axe or Smash, to be honest, but I loved them as a kid. And then as I later found out, one of them, Axe, actually played football at West Virginia. So I thought that was the little thing. And then I think there were a couple of Bret Harts there. So some of you may know those last 3 are the Marvel, I think the 1990 Impel Marvel cards. So I'm not into comics at all. I mean, I had a few as a kid, just never could get interested in it. But they had enough of the Topps ones that I could have gotten 10, but there was just none of others that I was really super interested in. So I picked those up just out of nostalgia because, I mean, I remember being in 5th grade and every boy in the class, it seemed like, had those cards. Those cards were so hot. They were traded back and forth. Some of those cards, I'm pretty sure that almost every boy in the class had owned that particular given card at one point. So it was just a little bit of a nostalgia pickup there. Obviously pretty basic guys. Spider-Man, Punisher, Wolverine. The one I was hoping for, maybe I just need to go look for it on eBay, and hopefully it's not too expensive. I don't know if it did anybody else. I'll give you guys a couple seconds, but did anybody else like collect those cards in school? Did you collect those, Herman?
I did. I did not. I'm sorry.
You did not?
No, I didn't.
I'll
be honest with you. When I was in school, I didn't even realize they existed. The only thing I knew about was baseball, and then a little later on football. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I was going to ask if anybody had any idea if they remembered. I'll tell you what, the one, and I think they actually had it listed as like a rookie or something on the card. But the hot one back then for me was Ghost Rider. That was the one everybody wanted, and I think that might have been early in. I don't know if that was early after his comics started coming out or what, but I do want to get the Ghost Rider just for nostalgia. There were holograms too that were super popular. But anyway, so that's why I picked those up. $20, just a little, nostalgia. Definitely on those. Some cards from '87 and I believe 1990 on those Marvel cards, and then I think there was a 1991 set as well, but I don't think I don't recall any of the guys being that into that.
So $2 a piece. That's not. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they're probably I saw some of the Marvels later at another table. I'm pretty sure I probably could have gotten them for $1 each, but whatever. Like I said, I just picked them up out of nostalgia. It's all good. Maybe I should just get all of them from you, Bo, and I can just put a set together.
start a set.
But I will say that the one I was hoping to find in there was Ghost Rider, just because I remember how popular it was.
Right. So the Marvel set, how many cards in that set? If you look and check, see?
I want to say it was like maybe a 90 card set.
Oh, so it's not too bad. Then.
Yeah. Now those things, I will tell you. I mean, I'm sure there are more now than they were pre-pandemic, but those things like blew up during pandemic. That was another one of those things. I think they're 1990, Jenny. I believe. I think there's a 90 set and a 91 set. The 91 set has like colored borders and stuff. These ones are just a plain white border. But But yeah, like I said, just nostalgia fun. Yeah, those things blew up and we're going for some serious money. And I did even see some graded ones at the show that, I mean, you're talking like a PSA 10 for like $100. You know, maybe it was more, maybe it was a little less. Maybe it was a 9 was $100. I don't know. But yeah, I do remember hearing that those things had really blown up during all the pandemic hype and all that. So like I said, just nostalgia, fun stuff. I mean, that's kind of where I am these days. I'm collecting Earnhardt, and I like some nostalgia. So
yep.
That's what I got to say on that little group. That was the first pickup of the day, and I paid $20 for those. This was my second pickup of the day. So there, that is a Chris Jericho, who is one of my favorite wrestlers ever. It's I think it's
Y2J.
I think it's a Fleer one, so I don't think those are, those aren't as easy to find, but it was $10, a 2-color of a jersey relic, because he did wear a lot of jerseys back then. And then Kevin Owens, who is one of my favorites nowadays. I don't watch a lot of WWE anymore, but I love me some Kevin Owens because, let's be honest, he's fat and athletic. If there's anybody I'm going to be like, it's probably going to be him. Not that good. Not anywhere close to that good. But he's a little rotund. I don't know that I've ever seen the dude without a shirt on. He always has a shirt on. So that kind of tells you something there. And then I learned from my baseball collector, I'm trying to get better at this, and I was very successful at this show. You never pay sticker price. So I picked up that Becky Lynch just because it was numbered out of 99, and I'm sure I can find somebody that wants that. Not a fan of hers at all, but most of the wrestling people, most of the wrestling guys go gaga over her, but that's numbered out of 99. So I just said, hey, will you take 20 for the 3? He did. Probably overpaid on the Owens, so probably really is about $20 worth of cards. But like I said, just picked up the Jericho out of some nostalgia, and I have a Kevin Owens autograph. Now I got a relic.
Alrighty.
I do like the wrestling shirt relics because most of those guys, they have their own. Kevin Owens has had these Fight Owens fight shirts, but they've been in different colors, and it's always they change them up so that they can sell more merchandise. And I do like that aspect of those. So I think those. I'm not a big fan of the wrestling like the mat relics, but I do love the shirt relics. I think are pretty cool. And we've lost Herman again. There he is. All right, Jenny. Seen a little more wrestling. It's definitely a little more popular than it was before. I don't really recall seeing much before. But yeah, definitely seeing more wrestling now than you did before. I mean, and on top of everything else, just look at, Panini getting it and look at the Panini Prism hype. If y'all watch, the right channel, the correct channels that talk about them. Yeah, there's just a lot of that out there. Same on Twitter. We better hustle it up so we can talk about your stuff.
All right, we're good.
All right, what's the next one here?
Yes.
So that was $20. What's the next one? These bad boys. So I actually remember my buddy Gary, who you all seen in the chat sometimes, Elbow Sausage. We went to a show. The 2-day show was in Irving a few months ago. I want to say maybe back.
Zach's going to like this one.
And he worked out a trade with a guy, and there was a guy, there was a vendor at the next tables, and he had a stack of those Bo Jacksons. Well, I happened to find them. I've never had that Bo Jackson. I have the black and white baseball one that one of them I've had since I was a kid. I picked up some others in dollar boxes over the years, but I never had the
now,
score
this was supplemental. The 89 update, right?
That's 89 score supplemental football.
Supplemental. That's it. Okay.
Yes. And I'd never had those. And, he had 2 left, and I was just like, okay. And like I said, like Mike has taught me, don't pay sticker price. So I wanted the Donruss, the rookies. I think that's the only baseball one of his that's kind of an 86 or 87 that I didn't have. So I asked if he'd take $30 for all 3 of them. He did, and I did need a double of the score supplemental. Neither one was in, they both were a little off center. So I just decided to grab them both. It wasn't like one really stood out over the other. So I just said, what the heck? It's nothing wrong with having 2 of them. I got probably a half dozen of the baseball ones. So just thought I'd grab them. So yeah, so $30 there.
I don't think I ever had that card either. I had the baseball version, Well, that was horizontal with the bat. You know,
Hmm.
like
Yeah, I still
everybody's had, but I never had that one. So
I still have that one. I still have the one that I got as a kid, or that I had as a kid. It was actually from my sister. Actually opened the pack, but once she decided she didn't care about baseball cards anymore, she gave them to me. So I ended up with that one.
brother acquired them.
But yeah, but there we go. So that was my third pickup, and I think we got just two more, or two or three more.
Yep. All right. Let's see what else we got here.
We got three more. So these were there wasn't a whole lot of racing. It's what I was looking for. I mean, honestly, these were 50 cents a piece. Nothing too special there. I got the Haley Deegan because it goes for more than 50 cents basically. Some Jimmy Johnson in there. Got like an optic hollow and then some other shiny stuff because he's running IndyCar now. I'm going to run the Indy 500 this year, so decided to grab that. A couple of Ryan Blaney's. I was a big fan of his uncle Dave Blaney back in the day, and I believe he's Dale Blaney's son. And Dale Blaney actually played basketball at WVU, and then actually played with the Lakers and was going to make the team, but he decided he wanted to go racing, so he ended up leaving the Lakers and went racing and had a really darn good career. And then the only one I didn't mention there is the second one. That's man, I can't remember the name. I think it's Greg Galding, but you can't really see it there. But the reason I grabbed it was just because he's wearing Panini was the sponsor. So that's why I grabbed that. So that's why I grabbed that one. I was just like, that's kind of cool. You know, it's cool to see card related things on other stuff. So, but yeah,
that's a pretty interesting project, Jenny. A binder of just like athletes wearing masks.
Oh, gotcha. When she was saying mask, I was thinking about hockey, like goalie masks, like Diego collects. And speaking of Diego, I do want to get one of the Jeffrey Earnhardt autographs. Obviously, I'm passively a fan of him. I do want to get an autograph of him. I do want to get an autograph of Carey, which is Jeff's dad. Almost picked up a Dale Jr. autograph this weekend, but decided to pass on it. I'll find another one another day. Anyway, not too much to talk about there. Just like I said, I figured I'd throw them in there. I was showing everything. I was at the table. I was at a table. Brad was looking through $5 boxes, and he showed me. I think it was the Jeter. What rookie was it? I don't remember. I think maybe it was the Upper Deck. And then I saw the Pinnacle behind it, and I was like, well, do you want the Pinnacle one? He's like, no. I think Jeter's overrated. I think his cards are way more expensive than they should be. I just don't think he's to the level that people hold him. But I love Pinnacle cards, and if I'm going to have a Derek Jeter rookie, I may as well have that one. Although I do have an Upper Deck one that I think I picked up for about $5 last year. But yeah, I just love Pinnacle. You know, maybe someday I'll put that set back together. But you know what? There's probably going to be a lot of partial sets minus the Jeter rookie out there that I can buy super cheap. So I figured for $5, go ahead and grab a copy of that.
Yep.
And then the big boy.
Oh, hold on.
This card's been on my bucket list for a couple of years since I started kind of getting into the nostalgia and reliving the I loved basketball as a kid, so I was able to pick up a PSA 1.5, which really good looking for a 1.5. Dr. J rookie.
Julius Erving.
So I was pretty excited about that. So when I was selective on who I was trying to sell the F1 box to. I didn't want to just go table to table. Hey, are you buying? Hey, are you buying? Hey, are you buying? So there were a handful of people that had, some F1, some of the Chrome F1, usually graded. My local card shop was there. So I offered it to about 5 or 6 people. And surprisingly, I had 2 people that were very interested in the price I was asking. And I was actually asking what would be high for cash because I was asking kind of on the low eBay comps, but had 2 people interested, ended up selling to one of them. Actually sold enough other stuff. I had some other unopened product with me and actually sold enough of it that it actually paid for the Dr. J itself. So this didn't even come out of the funds from the F1 pack. But yeah, I was super excited. I only saw 2 of them there. The other one was a BCCG graded one, which, I know that not anybody, most people don't have a real high opinion of those. So I went and asked Uncle Rich. He was there. He and Steph and Angela were there at the ComC table. And I just like, Rich, all I'm worried about is the authenticity. I'm not worried about the grade aspect. If it's in a BCCG holder, should I have any concern? He said, no, it's going to be authentic. So I was going to try to trade that straight up for a box, but then got over there. It was a BCCG 5, but had like 3 creases in it, and it was starting to tear on the back. So when I looked at it closer, I was like, no. So I ended up selling the box, taking that money, going to the other table, and this was the only other Dr. J I saw in there. Again, there may have been more, but it might have been somebody that had a whole bunch of shiny cards and then like a couple of vintage, and I may have missed it. But this was from a table that had, it was all vintage. So, that was where I looked.
That's pretty cool.
Super.
I love it.
Excited to have that. I really thought, I didn't even know what the going rate was, but when it seemed like where I was going was when it seemed like I was going to sell the F1 box, I started going around and I'm like, okay, so what? I want to buy myself one nice card, and then I'm just gonna put the rest of the money away. And I kind of walked around. I didn't really see anything, and then all of a sudden, at some point, it just popped into my head. I was like, the Dr. J rookie. That's something I've really wanted. And then I also looked for, and I only saw one there, and it was like BGS graded, numbered out of 20. I was also hoping to pick up an on-card Larry Bird autograph. That's something else I want, but wasn't able to find one there. That I said I only saw one. It was a BGS 9.5, numbered out of like 10 or 20. Guy wanted $450 for it, and yeah, no. I just want a Larry Bird autograph. I don't need a $500 Larry Bird autograph.
That would be a Bird autograph would be awesome.
Yeah, and I want one, but
I don't collect basketball, but I would take one of those.
That's the thing. I got interested in basketball again with Zion Mania. And I got interested, but I just realized that the modern NBA, I don't like the game. I don't like how it's just a glorified 3-point contest. I just don't enjoy the game. But yeah, I still love my Charles Barkley's. I haven't been actively looking for him, but I've got a Charles Barkley rookie. I've got 3 autograph redemptions at Panini. So I need to, I guess, get in touch with somebody there again, because I still haven't seen any of them, even though he's had autographs live since then. But it's not what we need to talk about. So anyway, Dr. J, he's easily one of the top 10, I believe. He was definitely the showman before Michael Jordan. Just go YouTube him. Go YouTube Dr. J or Julius Erving highlights or something like that. But yeah, easily one of the greatest of all time. But he's just at that where he's pre-80s, and sometimes I think they've kind of been forgotten just a little bit, because the people that are getting back into the hobby are the guys my age, which are the 80s guys. And Dr. J, I never even saw him play, actually. So I've become a fan based off highlights and things like that. So that is my Dallas Card Show recap. I'll probably do a video that none of you will bother watching because, hey, I've already shown you everything. But we'll probably have a video over the next couple days on that. So you going to any card shows soon, Herman?
I am. Before we get into that, though, real quick, I wanted to share something.
Oh.
And I had, let's see which one I want to show here. I had saw this earlier today and had thought about sharing it, but then it started spreading around Twitter, so pretty much everybody knows about it now. Yes, here we go. It's the here we go. Oop, nope, that ain't it. Oh, I'm gonna have to get lessons.
Scintillating television here, folks.
Right. There it is. Okay.
All right.
Now, so the Wanderer Platinum 1/1's been pulled. And apparently some people are disappointed or upset that it was pulled out of retail. I don't you know, and I'm like, and I'm in the same group with a lot of people that I saw comments on. I don't see a problem with it. No, you know, there's no promises that pulls like this are going to be in hobby. You know, they're not going to be in hobby boxes. They're not going to be in jumbo packs. They're just in the product, and you know, nobody said you had to buy all the jumbo cases or the hobby cases. You know, I'll teach you StreamYard this weekend. There you go, Bo. We'll have just a conference on StreamYard.
So my opinion, my opinion, even though you didn't ask yet, is somebody who doesn't collect this stuff, who doesn't open this stuff. I'm sorry, but I do think that the one of ones should pretty much be kept a hobby product.
Really?
I really do, because you are paying more per card on average for a hobby box. We have, let's be honest, blasters for the longest time looked at up until, say, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Nobody wanted to buy blasters because there were no hits in them. Well, if we'd had blasters with no hits in them during the pandemic, at least some people would have maybe been able to get cards because we wouldn't have had all the flipping sneaker dickheads out there. But anyway, yeah, I do think that hobby product being more expensive. I also think that, you know, hobby product in theory is what card shops should have.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that that's where the one-on-one should be. Again, there's going to be a lot of people that can disagree with me, and I can come up with points of why you want them in retail, and that's fine. But I really do think, I mean, I'm not going to, obviously, because I'm not collecting it, I'm not going to get all butthurt over it. But I do think that the one-of-ones and that top stuff really should be in the hobby packs.
Yeah. I mean, I like the fact of it being in retail, but I mean, because you know, it's not like every one of one is going to be in retail, and who's to say that the you know, I know right now Wander Franco is like the it in Series 1, but who's to say he's going to be the big hit when it all boils down? I mean, that hit could be still in hobby.
Could be, but I mean, I like I said, I get what the people that are upset about it are saying, but in theory also, well, you're just as able to go buy retail as anybody else is. So, I mean, you can look at it both ways. I just look on the side of adding that value to the hobby boxes where, you know, you are paying typically a higher price per card.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just why I think they should be in there. It's not a hill I'm going to die on by any stretch of the imagination. And I would say I'm kind of like Bo. I'm indifferent at the end of the day, but if I'm choose to pick one side at 51%, I'm going to pick that I do think they should be kept to the hobby product. And
Right.
like I said, blasters, you know, we people always like to say, you know, save some for the kids. Well, I mean, I get that the kids want the high-end stuff just as much, but you know, blasters were intended to be a thing that were out there, sat on shelves for a while, and for the longest time really didn't have the big hits in them.
Right. Yeah, you know, I'm personally, I like the one-on-ones being in retail. I'm not saying all of them, but some. But now I'm kind of partial because back in 2020, I actually pulled the I don't remember the number, but it was the Angel excuse me. It was the Angels team card that basically encased Shohei Ohtani. And I pulled the 101 platinum out of a blaster.
What product did you say it was?
It was Top Series 1.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mention it, but yeah, I like I said, I pulled the and like I said, it was a team card. It wasn't like his card, but it's still, I mean, I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what it was worth. Like I said, I had been back in the hobby for like maybe 2 years. I didn't even know what a 101 was. Matter of fact, the only reason I found it was when I was building the set and I was looking at the back, I just happened to see the 101. So I'm like, well, this doesn't need to go in there. So I pulled another one out and put it in the set and just I threw it up on eBay. I kind of searched, what one of ones are bringing and threw a price out there and put best offer. And I mean, it sold. I didn't get what I listed it for. So I actually had a guy that sent me an offer, and we kind of went back and forth a couple of times and finally settled on a price, and I sold it to him. But I mean, from what he said, and he may have been jerking my leg, but he was a Otani fan and was collecting Otanis, and I let it go to him for what he offered. So,
okay, as long as you're happy with it. But yeah, like I said, I mean,
stuff like that is, and I've said this before. I don't do Otanis, and I don't do Mike Trouts, and I don't do Tatises and all that. I mean, I understand who they are and I understand what they're worth, but to me, they're not as worth as much to me as they would be somebody else.
Yeah. No arguments. But yeah, I mean, just like I said, just kind of back to the whole thing. It's not a hill I'm going to die on. But yeah, I mean, think about how many hobby boxes you've bought that have been complete duds.
True.
And how much money you've spent on those. And then somebody that buys literally one blaster at Walmart ends up with what, I mean, in theory is the most desirable card out of Top Series 1. Probably not, but, in theory should be.
Right.
And that's my take. And like I said, not a hill I'm going to die on. Because I don't collect Modern. I don't really open anything new anymore. But, so I guess I'm as unbiased as can be, although y'all know I've always got a little bit of bias about everything.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, everybody's got an opinion, and they're all wrong, according to some people. We're never going to let that go.
My opinions are usually right, so it is.
Right. Okay.
Yep. That's how this works. All right. Well, we're up to 7:43 or 8:43, 43 after the hour here on
43 after the hour, exactly.
Personal Rips and Hobby
So
Chat.
I've got 18 minutes and only need about 3. No, I need more than that because
you need more than 3.
I
was trying to split it 50-50 with you, and you just said keep going.
Hey, well, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, we talked about the Dallas recap, and now we'll talk about an upcoming the Madison Card Show, which it's not my first card show this year, but it's by far the furthest I've ever traveled to a card show. And everybody that watches us knows that I've never flown. I am a little nervous. And me and my wife was talking earlier, I think this weekend, that I think I'm more nervous about getting through the airport and actually getting on the airplane than I am the actual flight. Just not, I don't want to take something or be overpacked where they want me to have to check something. I don't want to go through that hassle. I want to grab my stuff, take it with me, keep it with me. When I get off, have it with me, and just move on. So,
well, you don't really need, but what you're flying back Sunday?
Yeah, I'm flying in Friday morning.
So you need 2 changes of clothes is all you need. Although you do need to pack for 7 different seasons, though.
Yeah. But, and I was excited to find out that because I pulled up the Delta website and looked at the carry-on luggage size. And, I have a suitcase that when me and my wife and daughter, when we go on vacation, that, they get the big suitcase that they pack in for a week. And I have a little small suitcase, which is one that I found out it's an inch undersized in all directions for a carry-on. So I'm good there. But I usually pack this bag for a week. So I can pack this bag for 3 days and have room easy. So.
And John made a great point. You want to underpack on the way out because you're always going to have more stuff on the way back. As far as leaving room for the cheesehead,
Yeah, I found that out the other day watching Bo's Hobby Evolution. When he held up a box that he was talking about was mine, I'm like, well, great. That's the kind of box. That's the size box I was thinking to bring stuff back in. So now I need to make sure I have room for 2 of them. But and speaking of which, I do have. I mean, I've got this. This is what I was taking, and it's an empty box minus. I mean, I've got a pack of top loaders in it. I got a pack of one sleeves, which I take to every time I go to a show. I've got a pack that it's a trade for Zach. That won't be coming back, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I've got a pack that is a surprise that we won't talk about. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'll be coming back with the box empty. So I got that part set.
Yeah, and I mean, I would obviously, my cards would be in my carry, or they wouldn't be in my check. They would definitely be on my carry-on.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm ready. I just, like I said, I'm the type of person that I don't like surprises, so I don't want to get up to the security and be like, well, you can't have this, you can't have that. And being that, I've only been through airport security one time, and it was empty-handed because I got a pass to go through to watch my son board an airplane going to San Antonio for, Air Force basic training. I've never had to deal with the whole, can't take this, can't take that, and the ticket deal, which I've, a friend of my wife, she flies a good bit, and she's kind of helped me with the, downloading the app and getting my ticket and having all that ready. And we're actually going to get with her tomorrow, and she's going to help me get a parking pass. So that's all paid for. And, I don't have to worry about none of that when I get there. So my main concern is driving through Atlanta traffic and trying to get to the airport and something happened and me getting there late. So I'm actually going to leave 4 hours early.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, when you're not experienced or you just don't do it a lot. Yeah, I got to the airport way earlier on my way back to West Virginia a couple weeks ago than I needed to. And that's even considering I've flown 25, 30 times as an adult. But
won't be bringing the gun. That's staying at home.
I mean, it's definitely like, I get it, because it's like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But it's all, for the most part, it's really just common sense. You're not going to be able to take your liquid through security. And if you're trying to carry on like soaps and stuff, it's just got to be small.
If I knew Ken would be there, I would bring a stroller just to push my case around in.
And you'd see just how far I can kick that sumbitch.
And yeah, John, I do. I mean, I have all my checklists downloaded on trading card database and a spreadsheet through a Google spreadsheet for my Braves binders, which kind of brings me to what I'll be looking for, which first and foremost, and I'm hoping what Bo said this morning comes true, is I want to finish my 72 set, and to be able to do that in person. And, given that, I'm jumping on a plane and flying up to Madison, Wisconsin, that would make the trip 100% worth it. So, like I said, and if I don't, just the fact that I'm flying up and meeting, some friends from YouTube and from Twitter that I talk to just about on a daily basis, like, Bo, Zach, Jenny, and John when he comes up, that'll make it even better. That would probably be the biggest thrill of all of it, outside of whatever I happen to pick up. So, but yeah, I'll be looking for the 72 set, trying to finish it. I'll be looking for the 1980 set, trying to finish it, which I picked up. What was I got? I got picked up 4 yesterday. That's going in from Yaz Fan on Twitter.
Were those 80s? Were those 1980s? You said?
Yeah, the 1980 set that John got me started on. And by the way, I did find the Henderson rookie.
I just saw
the Henderson rookie.
I just saw the question come up right as you pulled it up.
Yep, here it is. I got it. This right there. Yeah, I mean, and outside of that, I mean, I'll just kind of be going through my my binder checklist and just filling in holes where I can. So, do I need stars or commons on the 80s? I think outside of Pete Rose, I think the majority of them are commons, both. So,
And what's a Pete Rose? You probably could find that in a solid size common box, to be on, or dollar box, to be honest. It shouldn't be too much more than that, is it?
It's probably the most expensive one I have left, but it's not like I don't mean expensive like it's under $5.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not even a $5 card. So.
Yeah, no, it's not. But it's like I said, it's definitely it's the biggest one I have left. So,
and I do agree with what John said. Pete still rates high.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say a couple months ago, I went and just looked at the prices on Pete Rose rookies, and I mean, my head just about exploded.
I might be digging through Bo's basement.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got to dig through the boxes to find the box. Then you got to dig through the box to find the cards.
Right. You got yeah. Organization is key here.
It's either double the fun or double the torture.
What's good? The internet hotel has been a big spoken. Okay. Yeah.
You did get some good tips. You did get some good tips in the chat if you go back about even afterwards about like make sure your lotions are in plastic bags if you're taking them through security.
Here's the thing. I don't use lotion. I don't use lotion. I'm not even going to bother to carry. And this is how paranoid I've been about it. I told my wife, I was like, I don't even want to carry toothpaste. I'm sure that.
That's fine.
I'll bring my toothbrush, but maybe I can borrow a squeeze or something, or I'll stop and buy one or so. I'm that paranoid about getting through security, and I don't know. And I may be overthinking it. So
you are. I've never. I don't think I've ever once had anything that was even remotely like a concern that they were. Yeah. So you're going to be fine. But I will say that I did the same thing with West Virginia.
No, I'm not using Bob's toothbrush.
I was.
That's like too much. Oh, here we go. There's a joke here somewhere. I squeeze. I got it.
But yeah, you can, like I said, that's the great thing. There's a Walmart pretty much wherever you go. Because the night, I found out about my grandpa and had to be on a flight first thing the next morning. It got to about 8 o'clock. I'm like, I need to go to Walmart. Then I'm like, no, I don't. There's a Walmart in West Virginia. I'll just go when I get there. Because I already knew I was only going to get like 3 hours of sleep.
Well, from what I've been hearing say, I need to hit his Walmarts up anyway.
Yeah, he's got multiple Walmarts.
Because apparently they're stocked.
Mm-hmm. Get you some of that Topps Chrome basketball.
Yep. And let's see what else. All right, that's pretty much. I may want to look at. I know he said that I've heard Bo mention several times that there's a vendor there that carries a lot of like the older, wax packs like non-sports and stuff such as that. So I may try to look at picking up a couple of those because I love those as well.
Yeah, you just don't know it at not only any card show, but one you've never been to where you don't see the same sellers. There's just going to be a lot of impulse stuff. Like you said, if there's somebody selling all these old non-sport vintage, there's stuff you're not even half of what you come back with probably is not going to be anything you've thought of ahead of time.
Exactly. So, and it's like, the one, and I say local, it's about an hour and a half from here, but he has a show about once every 2 months. Yeah, once every 2 months, but I usually don't go but to every other show just because he does have the same vendors over and over. Mm-hmm. And I just, once I've been, I know 2 months later, it's pretty much going to be the same old. Now, I have gotten on to know one vendor there that I picked up a lot of my 72s from, and usually he'll shoot me an email if he's got a new batch of 72s, so I know to come up and check them out. And that's how I picked up the I think it was like the 30, I picked up from him one time. The last time, because he shot me an email and said, I'm going to be in Spartanburg. I picked up a new batch of 72s if you want to check them out. So, Bo, I really don't know. I mean, I do like the He-Man packs, but outside of that, awesome. I mean, and it's like Ken said, it's just something. If I see it and it hits me, I'll pick it up. I'm not looking to rip none. I like to have something just to put back. And I would definitely be interested in a He-Man pack to put back.
That's the fun stuff about some of that non-sport.
Because
Yeah, I mean, there's like there's
like
Dallas out there.
There
There's Knight Rider.
He-Man right there. Oof. Top row. I had to show him off. But yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. Once I actually get off the plane and get my feet on ground on solid ground, I'm looking forward to it. So, what about a He-Man Rat Packs? Ooh, didn't know they had them. But let's see, real quick, since we got a few minutes, I picked up I had mentioned that on Bo's show yesterday that I found myself picking up a lot more Albies, so I picked up the purple. What's this? 20 Aussie Albies.
So now I'm putting Albies aside for you too.
I mean, I'm good with it. I don't know. I've always liked him, but I've just kind of gravitated more toward because I want to collect, which, like I said, I've said before, I'm going to keep collecting Freemans, but I've just kind of gravitated more toward Ozzy because I mean he just always looks like he's having so much fun on the field, and to me that just brings more excitement to the game. If you're having fun doing what you're doing, I mean, aside from the millions of dollars you're getting paid, but I mean he legitimately looks like he's having fun. So
on a normal week, how many Braves games do you get to watch?
4 or 5.
So you're watching most of the games. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah, it gives you that attachment of somebody that's still on your team that you're watching all the time.
Right.
It's not taking away from the Freeman unless you look at it from a standpoint of funds. It doesn't kill your love of Freeman. It just gives you somebody on your current team to still collect. And I mean, I think it's great that you're doing that for, nobody asked, but that's what I think.
Which I mean, I've always liked, if I saw a Brave, I'd grab it and pick it up or whatever, but it's not like as far as actively seeking, one particular player, it's always been Murphy and Freeman. And now it's kind of gravitated toward Albies. So, and it's not like I'm chasing, star players or big rookies or nothing like that. It's legitimate players that I love to watch play. So, and I like Swanson as well. But, as Dub said the other day, he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. So I don't know.
Wasn't he an overall number 1 pick?
He was from Vanderbilt. And he's an Atlanta native, so.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, so real quick, and this is the story I told you I had for you. It's funny, not funny.
Is it about chickens?
It is not about chickens. No chickens.
Boo. Boo.
All right, I checked my mail today, which this came today in the mail today, the Aussie Albies. But I got an envelope, plain white envelope with my address on it and a stamp and no return address. I'm like, well, what is this? So
TTM?
And it's 2010 Bowman's Best Freddie Freeman, which is awesome. I saw it. I'm like, awesome. I do not have this card. I got it now. Don't know who sent it. Didn't look at the back of it or anything. Come home, I get in the house, set it on my desk, take a shower, come in, and like all the other cards that I get with Freeman's, I go ahead and put it in my checklist on Trading Card Database. So I got the card, pull up Trading Card Database, flip it over to get the number. This is what somebody stuck in the back of the card.
Brad?
Nope. I mean, I don't know. There was no return address.
Was there there wasn't even a postmark?
There was a postmark, but it wasn't from Texas at all. It was from
let's see what we can figure out here.
Hold on. Let's see. Where's it from? It was from.
This is vital information.
It actually came from Illinois.
Illinois.
I'm assuming it's somebody that watches, or maybe somebody.
I'm gonna hypothesize that Bo dropped it in the mail when he went to Chicago. That's my hypothesis.
I mean, funny and not funny, but didn't have the card, so I appreciate it.
I mean, no, it's amusing, but now it's like, okay, who was it? We got to figure out who it was.
I think I know, and honestly, I don't believe he actually watches our YouTube channel. He's actually been in a couple of breaks I've done, and I've chatted with him back and forth, and we've done some trading. But I mean, I'm not going to mention him until I'm going to reach out to him at Twitter and just see if I can get him to own up to it.
And I will say, Mickey said possibly Pepino Man or probably Pepino Man. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Pepino Man was my first thought. I don't know if he watches us or not on replay, but he was definitely.
I'll have to go back and look, but I actually threw the envelope away because when I saw that, I'm like, man. So I'll go back and look at it. It's
played, whoever you are. Played.
I'm actually going to leave this in there. I'm not even going to take it out aside from actually getting the number off of it, which I've already gotten. So
no, that's a great story. Anytime you see that, you're going to remember it. That's
great. Yeah, I definitely will, especially if I can put a name to it. I don't think it would be Pepino Man because I watch his videos, but we've never actually interacted back and forth. And I definitely know he wouldn't have my address unless somebody sent it to him. So,
well, that's the thing is, yeah, like when I send out stuff, sometimes if I don't have somebody's address and I think I know somebody that does, I like to send stuff out as surprises. People don't usually know when I'm going to send them something.
Right.
Because I also keep a database of addresses. So I have them. If I haven't sent you something for 3 years, doesn't mean you might not get something, soon after that.
Jenny says she knows who sent it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Was it? No, she's not in Illinois.
No, but who does Jenny know in Illinois? Dun, dun, dun.
Right now, peeps, the only thing I'm taking up with me is just known trades that we've already agreed with to trade because I don't want to take. If I take something up there, I don't want to bring it back. So that, and then I got we got a gift that we're going to share up there. So.
Yeah, that probably works, John. Herman in Georgia, because, I mean, everybody down there is related from what I hear, so they probably all know him. Make sure he gets his cards.
I'm trying to think. Let's see. How did he put me? Because I got the address label from the last thing I got from John. It says, Herman at 3B. That's how he words it.
Jenny has now, like, made the plot thicken. Now is she telling the truth? Or was she telling the truth the first time?
Said it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, okay. The truth will reveal itself eventually.
And that's what they say.
I will have to put it out on Twitter and somebody will know. Matter of fact, I'll dig the envelope out of the trash, take a picture of the postmark and post it with it.
Yeah, what sucks is that they wisely used the team that he went to instead of whoever it is they pull for. So it is tougher to narrow down.
Who says they don't pull for the Dodgers?
I'm saying, though, it's possible anybody could have done that. Anybody could have thought, but yeah, like if they put, Cubs.
Somebody doesn't know. Herman will never know. Now I'm gonna get on with Dodger stuff. As long as it's got Freeman on, I'm fine with it. I guess I'll just start another box. And then, like I said, the envelope's in the trash in the kitchen, so I'll have to go pull it back out. Hopefully, my wife hadn't poured stuff all over it.
Yeah, what's one more box? I mean, I hear you're a master shelf builder now, so
yeah. That's been,
God, your reaction to that was so priceless. I done good.
I mean, it's funny because I think she saw my shelves in my card room and was like, you put shelves in here. No, that was a necessity because we're remodeling our bathroom and you know how when you're doing a room, you've got to get everything out of the room in order to start working on the room. And we didn't have anywhere to start putting all these towels and her makeup and her curling iron and her hair dryer. And I'm like, well, I'll just put shelves in where the shower used to be. We'll put everything in it, and then I can tear everything else out. So hopefully it's a downhill tread now.
Hopefully. And hopefully she lets you go this weekend.
Oh, I'm going. It's a non-insured flight. I gotta go. Yeah. And you know, I don't know. Like I said, if I might not track them now. Maybe they'll keep sending me stuff with this on it, and as long as the stuff I don't have, I'm good with it. To hide the Ricky Henderson rookie. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It took me a minute, and it was. I think somebody said it was going to be in the last place I would expect it to look. I totally put that card in the wrong box. I don't know how it happened, but I did. I actually have a divider sectioned off for what few Ricky Henderson cards I have, and it wasn't in there. And I'm like, well, that's where it should be. I knew I'd pulled it out for a video. I went and I found all the other cards that was in the video except that, and I put it. I mean, like I said, I just totally put it in the wrong box, but I got it now. So, well, we're over. I think we pretty much touched on everything.
And next week you get to do show and tell.
Right, I get to do the show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I get to show my 72 tops binder off.
There you go. We shall see.
With it being completed. The thing is, if John is coming up to the Madison show, I've got to beat him to the guy that's got the 72s because he's working on the same set, and I'm pretty sure we're down to probably the same cards.
Well, I think you know the show promoter. He might be able to get you in a couple minutes early.
Right. Hopefully so. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody for joining in, the comments and chat. Loved it. Give us a like. Give us a share, comment. I think we're up to 170 subscribers. I'd like to hit 200. I'm never going to hit 1,000, but 200 would be nice. So John says he has 21 left, and I'm down to 8. So, all right, guys, take care. Those of you going up to Madison, I'll see you then.
I just want to say it sounds like a lot of people are traveling, so everyone travel safely and responsibly.
Exactly.
I want to see all of you here next week.
Right. And I'll try to post some videos from the flight. Maybe a reaction video. I don't know if I'm allowed, but we'll see what we can do. All right, guys. Everybody take care.